What's going on? My name's Troy Shallow. I am the co-owner of Good Performance, a performance gym in Natick, Massachusetts, and I train athletes for a living. It's my passion. It's what I do. It's what I will only ever want to do from here on out, and I'm here to provide knowledge, insight, and hopefully help the next generation of coaches going forward, and maybe people who want to be a coach. I understand I'm young, so maybe you might be thinking, why should I listen to you? Well, as a Division I walk-on, had a cup of coffee professionally, then went into powerlifting, won 2 powerlifting competitions, and now hold a New England record in powerlifting. Currently competitively compete in jiu-jitsu. I've trained over 300 NCAA athletes, trained multiple athletes for their pro days, and currently have over 100 current high school and college clients in the gym, primarily football, but we also have lacrosse, baseball, soccer, hockey as well, and this is what we do. So if we can provide any help and benefit to you, that is what we're here to do. So today I want to talk about our speed days, our field days. These gain a lot of traction across other social medias. People really like to watch and see what we do on speed days and what we do on field days. So I'm just going to get right into it and show you exactly how it goes, how we break it down, what people do, how we get started, what we do before the warm-up, and what we do as the warm-up, what we do after the warm-up, and then what we do for our conditioning. Because, again, a lot of football players, primarily football players right now, you got to condition if you're a football player. You just have to do it. There's no way around it. And I don't necessarily believe in the people who say that you don't. Say that you can just sprint as your conditioning. I think sprinting helps your conditioning, but I don't think sprinting is the only conditioning. So with that being said, let's dive right into it. So when we do our speed days, we have 2 days, right? We do 4 days lifting where we run some at the gym as well, whether it be a hill sprint or a chain sprint or something. We're getting sprinting more than just 2 days a week for the guys that need it, like our skill guys definitely are sprinting at the gym throughout the week, not just on our field days on Wednesdays and Saturdays. So we're hitting our field days, and our Wednesday field day is change of direction and acceleration, okay? We're going change of direction and acceleration. Those are our 2 main focuses for our Wednesday field day. And our Saturday field day is linear speed. That's what we're focused on. We're focusing on linear speed and longer distance conditioning, whereas our conditioning on Wednesday is change of direction stuff we use to condition, along with some contact prep stuff as well. So when we get to the field, first thing we do is we line up for our warm-up and we lay down on our backs, okay? We lay down on our backs when we go through our stuff. We go single leg cheerleaders to start. I like these because you're opening up the hamstring, activating yourself a little bit of it. It's a dynamic before the dynamic. Then we go into some of our rolling groiners, and this is just stuff that you can't really hit during a dynamic warm-up, so we're going to do it before. Like the rolling groiners, you're going to get the low back when you get your feet all the way to behind your head, and you're going to get the groin and hips as you come forward. After that, we're going to go into our windmills. That's just on our back, kick it up and over. And then our scorpions, which is the opposite of the windmills, we're on our stomach, and we're kicking it up and over as well, trying to get our foot all the way over to our hand. That is the goal with that. After that, we're going to go into our glute bridge. Wake up the glutes, wake up the hamstrings, get your body moving before we start moving. And I like to tell them, hey, if you want to get more hamstring, you're going to elevate the toes. So we're going glute bridge now, and after we do 10 or 15 glute bridges, we're going to do a single leg glute bridge iso hold. Okay, that is our pre-warm-up prep. Something I don't think people understand, or something I've seen as well, is that the warm-up is part of training, and people don't understand that. The warm-up is part of training. We've made the warm-up long for a reason. It should take you longer to warm up at the field, and sprints should be built into the warm-up. I've seen people get to the field, do some of these, and then go sprint. You're not ready to sprint yet. Sprinting is one of the most neurologically taxing things that you can do, and your warm-up needs to adhere to that. So next we're going to go through our warm-up. In our warm-up, we start slow and we do stretching, walking, stretching. The guys are kind of talking. They're bullshitting a little bit as they get through it. We're doing our stretching. And then we ramp things up. Stretching, skip series, plyometrics, sprinting. Okay? That's how the warm-up goes. After the warm-up, you're going to see us do a variation of a change of direction. So lately, we've been doing some change of direction plyometrics, okay? So we'll do some lateral bounds, getting out as far as we can at a 45-degree angle, coming back and sticking it, and we're doing that on both sides. Then, recently we've added up some other jumps in there as well, where you have to jump out as a broad jump, turn your body in the air, and get back. And then we're jumping in a box, in a 4-way box. Those have been phenomenal and very helpful for our change of direction stuff and learning how to control your body through space. After we do our jumps and stuff, we're going to get into our change of direction drills. And one of the change of direction drills we've been doing recently is we set up a cone about 45 degrees off at an angle. Okay, and we've increased the distance each week now. So around week 4 of this, we started at first cone is at 4.5 yards. We've now moved the cone to, I believe, 7.5 yards it was this past week. And that is where the first cone is at. So we're increasing the distance, increasing the load as you would in the weight room. We're increasing how much we're running each week. Even though it doesn't seem like a lot, it adds up. So we angle a cone out at about 45 degrees out to the left, and we get around it, we bend, and we set another cone up 45 degrees. So now we're getting 2 cuts in. Okay, and it's a little shorter, so they're not getting all the way back to the original line. They're getting back about 2 yards prior to where they were at an angle, and they got to bend and get around that as well. Okay, so we get up, we bend, we get down, and then we get out and we sprint through. We've been working this. You hit 2 reps or so each side, each direction. We've been working this, and the guys turn it into a competition. They compete with each other. They want to see who's going to finish first and get through the line first. After that, we go into our 5-10-5 starts. So you start straddling the line, and you go 5, back, and you have to touch, sink, and break at the line. As you see right here, okay, we go touch, sink, touch, sink, and we got to stop before the line, okay? That's the beginning of our change of direction stuff. We do that right after the warm-up. That's the beginning of the change of direction stuff. After that, now, we're going to get into our Excel work. And with Excel work, a lot of times people think it's this fancy thing and we need to change things up a lot. No, Excel work is power and strength put onto the field and turning it into speed, right? So what we did for this day in particular was we did chain sprints paired with 10-yard starts. Okay, so here are the chain sprints. Everyone's sprinting 10 to 15 yards with this chain sprint. All right, we're doing some contrast training as we would in the weight room, and we're pairing it with a 10-yard start. We're always measuring our 10-yard starts. We always want the guys to know where they're at with their 10-yard starts. And we want to see for ourselves if we're contrasting it with something, is it getting better? Is it getting worse? Is the first rep really slow and then the third rep is really fast because now he's adapting and that contrast is working. It's waking him up. So those are things we want to check for and see as well. After we do our contrast of the chain sprint and the 10 Excel, we go into what I like to call real games. Like they're games, they're fun drills, but they're real, applicable to field sports and football or whatever you want to say. This is one that I created. Usually I go off of Scott Leach. He has done a phenomenal job in creating his scores and stops program and so forth. He was one of my old strength coaches at Merrimack College when I played there. He's now the sports performance director at the University of Rhode Island and assistant athletic director. So he does a phenomenal job there. So I usually get a lot of my change of direction drills from him, and maybe I'll see that and I'll tweak it a bit so I can fit it into whatever we're doing. But for this, I created this drill. You create a big circle. The athletes will start facing each other, and then they will take off running. And when you get around that circle, you're going to get to the point. You see there's a box at the end there. When you get to that point, you have to make a decision. Which way are you cutting, right? Which way are you going to cut? Are you going to cut right? Are you going to cut left? And are you going to put your foot in the ground and get out and go? And the defender has to follow suit. He also has to change direction with you. He has to chop his feet, break down, get in a football position, and chop his feet and get out with you. We will do typically 1 or 2 reps at each spot in that, so each athlete gets to work. I don't care if you're a running back and you're like, oh, I'm a running back. Why would I do the defensive stuff? Because it's working the properties that you need to play football. That's what it is. It's change of direction. It's stopping and starting, acceleration, deceleration. And that's what you need to play football. If you're a running back and you do a defensive rep doing it, it's the same shit. You need to do it. And then we finished this day with a little competition drill where we got the shirt in our back and we're in a circle and we're trying to get it. A little bit of contact prep, a little bit of wrestling, again, change of direction and competition. Guys want to compete. They're college football players. They want to compete with each other. They want to see who's better at what. So we're trying to see who can get the shirt out of the back. That one gets aggressive sometimes. That one gets physical. That is our speed day. That is, in short, our speed day. That is me taking you through our Wednesday acceleration and deceleration and change of direction speed day. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to be trying to put out one video similar to this every 2 weeks. And after that, maybe I'll get good enough at it where I can put one out every week. I will be editing this myself, so if anyone catches this and says they're a good video editor, please let me know. And again, just trying to provide the best resources and information possible to fellow coaches like myself, athletes, and have a great day.